Hello learners, welcome back to my channel Stardust Physics. In this part we will discuss some important MCQs on lasers. Okay. So let us start with our first question. Laser is the abbreviation used for name of the scientist, or light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation, or light amplification by spontaneous emission of radiation, or light absorption by sun and earth radiation. So here the correct answer will be the laser is the abbreviation used for the light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. Okay. The next question is, a laser is coherent source because it contains many wavelengths, uncoordinated wave of a particular wavelength, coordinated wave of a particular wavelength, or none of this. So the laser is coherent source because it contains coordinated wave of a particular wavelength. Okay. The next question is, the ratio of probabilities of spontaneous emission and stimulated emission, it is directly proportional to the nu cube, where frequency is the nu, so its power will be 3. So the ratio of the probabilities of spontaneous emission and stimulated emission, it is directly proportional to the nu cube. Then the next question is, the directionality of a laser beam, it is measured by visibility of interference fringes, or the size and aperture of the laser source, or the divergence angle of the beam with the distance from the source, or the nature of the lasing medium. So here the correct answer will be the divergence angle of the beam with the distance from the source. That is the directionality of a laser beam. It is measured by the divergence angle of the beam with the distance from the source. The next question number 5. The laser beam is monochromatic. It means it has single frequency, or narrow width, or wide width, or several colors. So it is monochromatic, that is the laser beam is monochromatic. It means that it has the single frequency. The next question is, population inversion in helium neon laser, it is produced by photon excitation, chemical excitation, chemical reaction, or inelastic atomic collision. So the population inversion in case of helium neon laser, it is produced by inelastic atomic collisions. The next question is question number 7. In helium neon laser, the most favorable ratio of helium to the neon for satisfactory laser action is, that is the ratio between helium and neon will be 10:1. Okay. So in case of the helium neon laser, the most favorable ratio of the helium to the neon for the satisfactory laser action will be 10:1. The next question is, helium neon laser, it emits light of wavelength of 3.39 micrometer only, wavelength of 1.15 micrometer only, wavelength of 6328 angstrom only, or all of them. So the correct answer will be all of them. The next question is, which of the following is the active medium for the ruby laser? So for the ruby laser, the active medium will be Cr2O3 or Al2O3 or chromium atoms or chromium ions. So here the active medium of the ruby laser will be the chromium atoms. The next question number 10. The lasers are classified according to the size and shape of the resonator, according to the state of the laser medium, and according to the nature of the output, or according to the type of pumping, or all of them. So here the lasers are classified according to the state of the laser medium and according to the nature of the output. Then the next question, which of the following is the 3-level laser system? The options are helium neon laser, NdYAG laser, semiconductor laser, or ruby laser. Okay. So the correct answer will be the 3-level laser system. This is your ruby laser. And helium neon laser, this is a 4-level laser system. The next question is, the ratio of the Einstein coefficient A and B, it can be expressed as, so here the ratio between A and B, that is the Einstein coefficient, will be equal to 8 pi h nu cube by c cube. Okay, this is your 8 pi h nu cube by c cube. The next question is, the laser beam is highly coherent, so it can be used in interference, diffraction, polarization, or none of this. So here the laser beam is highly coherent, so it can be used in the interference. Okay. The next question number 14, which is not true for the laser in the following. The options are extremely intense light, perfectly monochromatic, coherent, or divergent. So the which one is not true for the laser? So it is not divergent in nature. So this is our correct answer. But the laser is extremely intense light and it is perfectly monochromatic in nature and it is also the coherent. The next question number 15. A laser light consists of electron beam, proton beam or perfectly coherent photon or perfectly coherent phonon. So the laser light consists of perfectly coherent photon. So these are some questions based on the laser system. This is all for today. Thank you.